Tribute to the Legends of Reggae, the Bob Marley edition. Sitting down with, I like this title, Canadian Jamaican Reggae crooner.
You see what I'm saying?
Steele.
How you doing, my brethren?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm here. You know what I mean? It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sitting across from a legend.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, bro.
I'll take that.
Yeah, bro.
But you know what's beautiful is you've been doing what you've been doing,
Yeah.
for a while.
For a long time, over 20 years.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's been a journey, my brethren.
Yeah.
But in everything, we have to give thanks.
Right.
So I've seen the ups and downs, the thrillers and Manilas.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's been a good run. I can't complain. I'm still growing from strength to strength.
Right.
Fan base within Canada is getting larger and larger. Outside of Canada, it's expanding more and more. So at the end of the day, we have to give thanks for the journey, you know?
Right.
Yeah, man.
So you're here, which is a very positive thing. You're here for the, paying tribute to Bob Marley.
The ultimate legend.
Huh?
The ultimate legend.
The ultimate legend, right? And then it's like, hey, ultimately you're asked to sing his music.
You see what I'm saying? And it's a pleasure. It's an honor. I've been singing Bob Marley's music or dabbling in Bob Marley's influence for a long time.
Right.
So when, Jesse from Jones and Jones called upon me to do that, it was no hesitation on my part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, Bob Marley's music is something that I love. The lyrical content alone, my brethren, just inspires me, you know what I mean, to just keep doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Some part may be controversial, but at the end of the day, Bob Marley is all about love and unity. That's what Steele represents.
Right.
So being called upon to do this again was a good vibes and a good, a pleasure of mine. So I'm glad I was invited and I'm here,
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think the young cats get Bob Marley, understand Bob Marley?
More than we think,
Yeah?
Yeah, man. See, when an artist can transcend from generation to generation, even after his death and still doing so well globally,
Right.
you know what I mean? And his major influence or his influence was freedom fighting, you know what I mean? Influenced by the love. No, the younger cats may express themselves differently,
Right.
but if you go into a party or if you turn on a CD, and I'm not just talking about, our race per se, you know what I mean? So everybody know it doesn't matter who, everybody still respects Bob Marley. Even if they don't play it every day or sing it every day, when it comes on the radio, they know what it's all about. They might have it on can't even say mix CD now, a USB,
Right.
you know what I mean, or on their phones or whatever. So yeah, man, so Bob Marley has been very influential.
It's interesting because, you're here and you're going to perform, his music.
Yeah.
And there's a point where you obviously have to select which songs
to sing.
you wanted to sing. Like, were you left? I mean, it's funny because you have such a, expansive catalog.
Yeah, right.
So you're not left alone.
Right.
Like, okay, you're not going to be able to perform 4 songs. But when it came down to choosing those songs,
Yeah.
What did you go through?
Well, I went for the songs that I think I can most relate to. You know what I mean? There's a song that I started with, Simmer Down, Control Your Temper. And I've had to do that a lot of times, you know what I mean, through my journey. So, you know what I mean? And then, the influential songs, the songs that just have so much meaning, War, you know what I mean, Who the Cap Fit, Slave Driver, all those things that, we've all had to deal with over, our lives, my brethren. So, and songs that have influenced my life and make me be a better person, you know what I'm saying, not judgmental of people, but just deal with people for who they are, you know what I mean? I don't generalize people, you know what I mean? I individualize. So I deal with you the way you deal with me. So that's what has impacted my life, and that's what I've gained from the songs that I've chosen as my set tonight. So I hope I deliver them properly. I can tell you right now, some of my interpretation will be different from Bob, but that's why I'm Steele.
Right.
That's why I'm Steele.
Nice.
But we're here to deliver.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
You've done one of the rare things that a lot of artists haven't had the opportunity to do during this pandemic time, is actually release a record.
It's the craziest thing, but I can tell you something. When I thought about releasing the album, I wasn't thinking about the pandemic. that was nowhere in the back of my mind. But so the album, Just Breathe, had been in the works for about 2 years, and we've been working on it. And the intention, as you know, was to deliver it this year. So when we started the process and the team got together and asked what we're going to do, I said, well, here's the approach we're going to do to this thing right now. Most of the promotion that we're doing right now will be online, obviously, because of the whole COVID and the impact it has had on the regulations that's been put in place. So I said, we still have to go out. You know what I mean? It might not be the traditional way of promoting music, but we're going to do it. And I am not surprised. A lot of people are surprised for the response that I've been getting, my brethren. And I can tell you something, Master T. You know, this album is so different than what I'm accustomed to doing. And I wanted to do it different because dancehall is not really, I love it, but I don't live the lifestyle, so I can't pretend.
Right.
But when you listen to Just Breathe right now, some of the influences is from the dancehall influence. I know the woman them love me, and them know me for the One Drop Lovers Rock. That's there too. But I'm proud of the product, and it's been doing very well. It's available right now on all social platforms. You know what I mean? All digital outlets, it's available, and physical copies are available too. So we have to give thanks, you know. I mean, and the other thing, Just Breathe, people's been asking me if it was influenced by, and I know with what's going on in the States, and it's actually no. That name came about a long time, and all it pretty much means is, you know, take a load off, chill out for a minute. Don't stress yourself about everything, you know what I'm saying? Don't run up your blood pressure. Stay calm, you know what I mean? Inhale, exhale, just breathe. So it's been going well, you know, but then this thing came out and it just happens to be that way, you know? Yeah.
You know, I want to ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah, man.
You know, the festival circuit for the summer and you know, going into the fall, it is the time for artists to be jumping on all kinds of different festivals. Yeah. How has that been, just embracing the fact that, you know, hey, honey, my bags are packed. No, they're staying here right now. You ain't going nowhere.
You know what? This has been a year of adjustments because, to be quite frank with you, I had shows booked all over Canada. You know what I mean? From here to Calgary to Vancouver to Winnipeg, some in Toronto, you know what I mean? And when this thing started bridging, you know, the first thing I started thinking about is, okay, so now, you know, when you work out a budget and you plan out your little money, and you start see the money, possibility of that just dwindling away from you. But then, you know, who and behold, my bridging, this online show started to come up. And I'm like, well, it's not something that I'm accustomed to doing, but seems that everybody's going to have to now adjust. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, I have to give thanks because I have done about 7 online shows so far. Me and the hardcore band, we've done about 7 online shows so far. And I am grateful, my brethren. I am grateful because in a time like this, there's still an outlet, you know what I mean, that, you know, has been provided within Canada. We can still go out and just share our influences and share our music. Probably it's not the norm. You know what I mean? People are still getting accustomed to tuning in online to do it. But, you know, it's growing from strength to strength. And I'm glad that, I mean, I'm not glad for the pandemic, but I'm glad for the adjustments that the promoters has made. And here's, you know what I mean? We have to just love it and just adapt to it and just deal with it. You know what I mean? I guess the whole thing is when you're on stage, you're on stage. And it doesn't matter, like I said before, if there's one person in front of you or 1 million people in front of you, you just have to just deliver the way you normally deliver. And that's just the way it is, you know what I mean? But during the pandemic, I'm still working, and I have to give thanks for that, my brethren. You know what I mean? For real.
Now, the last thing I want to ask you is, now if you could have a Bob Marley collector's item, what would you want?
A Bob Marley collector's item. Wow. I've never thought about that, you know, brethren.
I know, that's why I asked you.
You stay so, brother. You can't ask easy questions. A Bob Marley collector's item. Wow. You know, I'd probably have to say one of the guitars that he actually played. You know, and I'm not a guitar player, but, you know, I've emulated so much things that Bob Marley has done. And one of the things I'm very sorry for is that I can't really play guitar. We actually could deliver tonight with the guitar itself. But if I had the guitar, even to put it around my neck, I'd pretend that I can play. So, yeah, I think that would be the collector's item that I would go for. That's, you know, we can get one.
Between the two of us, I don't think we can afford it.
but we give thanks, at least we can, you know, appreciate what he has done, and, you know, for everybody else and for ourselves. And I'm just glad to be here to deliver tonight. And we'll work on the guitar thing eventually. You never know.
We'll work on it.
We work on it, my brother.
Right,
for real.
Respect, appreciate
it. My brother, every time. Yeah, man, every time.
They try all them isms and schisms, but it won't work. That time is long gone. Real thing, you know. Don't let them fool you. Love and unity we talk about every time. slave driver, the table is turned. Catch a fire, you can get burned. Slave driver, the table is turned. Catch a fire, you gonna get burned. See, every time I hear a crack of a whip, my blood runs cold. See, I remember on the slave ship how they brutalized the soul. Today they say we're free, only to be chained in poverty. Good God, it's literacy. Only a machine make money. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the hardcore band, Tony. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, every time I hear a crack of a whip, my blood runs cold. See, I remember on the slave ship how they brutalized us all. Today they say we're free, only to be chained in poverty. Good God, good God, good God, good God. Slave driver, 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 driver. 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 Catch a fire, 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 fire. Slave driver, slave driver, the table is turned. Catch a fire, you can get burned. Slave driver, the table is turned. Catch a fire, fire, fire. You're gonna get, you're gonna get, you're gonna get burned. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's my time.